This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. If you've watched my videos and me yammer on about stuff for any length of time, you know that there's a refrain that I've had that if we can't, this was usually before Jack Smith took over as a special counsel, before the Department of Justice looked like it was going to do anything to hold Donald Trump accountable for his many serial crimes. And the thing that I said was we're going to have to rely upon journalists, we're going to have to rely upon authors of books, and we're going to have to rely upon disparate prosecutors across the country, whether that be Alvin Bragg, whether that be the Attorney General of the state of New York, Letitia James, or the Fulton County District Attorney in Georgia, Fani Willis. And it looks like Fani Willis has kept her head down, her nose to the grindstone, and every other little idiom that you can think of. And she is now prepared. She is perched on the precipice to charge Donald Trump with crimes. And among those crimes, racketeering. Racketeering. I'm going to read this headline and a little bit from this article in The Guardian. Fulton County prosecutors prepare racketeering charges in Trump inquiry. Exclusive. Racketeering charges based on influencing witnesses and computer trespass, sources say. The Fulton County District Attorney investigating Donald Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election results in the state of Georgia has developed evidence to charge a sprawling racketeering indictment next month, according to two people briefed on the matter. This is huge. This is an exclusive. This is breaking news. Two things here: that they have developed evidence, this isn't a hunch, and that they're maybe going to be indicting next month. Why is it? And I'll ask again, look, I know we're getting results right now from Jack Smith, but why did it take the federal government with veritable unlimited resources this long to get anything done when a local district attorney is now cranking the wheels of justice? Just a question. The racketeering statute in Georgia requires prosecutors to show the existence of an enterprise and a pattern of racketeering activity that is predicated on at least two qualifying crimes. So this isn't a low bar to charge Donald Trump with racketeering. There's actually quite a few hoops they have to jump through to make it work. Or, shall I say, Donald Trump had to jump through a bunch of hoops to make this charge stick. In the Trump investigation, the Fulton County District Attorney, Fani Willis, has evidence to pursue a racketeering indictment predicated on statutes related to influencing witnesses and computer trespass, the people said. Willis has previously said she was weighing racketeering charges in her criminal investigation, but the new details about the direction and scope of the case come as prosecutors are expected to seek indictments starting in the first 2 weeks of August. Big news. The racketeering statute in Georgia is more expansive than its federal counterpart, notably because any attempts to solicit or coerce the qualifying crimes can be included as predicate acts of racketeering activity, even when those crimes cannot be indicted separately. The specific evidence was not clear, though the charge regarding influencing witnesses could include Trump's conversations with Georgia's Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, in which he asked Raffensperger to find 11,780 votes, the people said, and thereby implicate Trump. Now, listen, that very well could be, but there has been two separate grand juries. One, the special grand jury that compiled the report, and then the second indicting grand jury, which also is doing their investigation, furthering the work of the first. So there very well could be a second individual that Donald Trump tampered with, a witness that Donald Trump influenced and tried to get to find the 11,780 votes or whatever other thing he was doing to influence and circumvent democracy, thereby ending it in America. For the computer trespass charge, where prosecutors would have to show that defendants used a computer or network without authority to interfere with a program or data, that would include the breach of voting machines in Coffee County, the two people said. The breach of voting machines involved a group of Trump operatives paid by the then Trump lawyer, Sidney Powell, accessing the voting machines at the county's election office and copying sensitive voting system data. The copied data from the Dominion voting systems machines, which are used statewide in Georgia, was then uploaded to a password-protected site from where election deniers could download the materials as part of a misguided effort to prove the 2020 election had been rigged. Though Coffee County is outside of the usual jurisdiction of the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, the racketeering statute would allow prosecutors to also charge what the Trump operatives did there by showing it was all aimed toward the goal of corruptly keeping Trump in office. It shouldn't be this difficult to hold someone accountable who tried to, one, cheat an election, but deny the franchise of voting to tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of Americans. It shouldn't be this hard to hold someone accountable who tried to end democracy in America. Look, I understand that it's a rough give and take. It's a fine line between a government that can just prosecute willy-nilly and a government that has a responsibility to uphold the commonality of democracy, the equal hand of democracy. And I don't believe in this case that Merrick Garland has gotten the job done. He may end up getting the job done, but part of getting the job done is getting it done on time. And getting it done right down to the wire before the election isn't on time. All kinds of ancillary damage is being done in the interim while Donald Trump is a free man, free from prosecution, and free to do what he wants in public. What do you think about this? I would love to know. You can call. Leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I'd love to hear from you. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore just about everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, social media. And if you appreciate what I do and you want to help support what I do here, produce my videos and my podcast for that matter, you can click the join button below, become a channel member for $1.99 a month. You can click the super thanks button below, or you can clickety-clack your browser over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. All those are great ways to support what we're doing here, to advance the message, to amplify the message, to reach more people. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.